Starting a detailing business seems simple at first. Just clean cars and get paid, right? Wrong. If I could go back in time, these are 10 things that I would have told myself so that I could do them differently. Are you thinking about starting a detail business? Stick around. These 10 things that I would have done differently, you can take those to the bank and make money right away. It's not just me making mistakes in my new detailing business. Anyone who's aspiring to be a detailer could very easily fall into the same things. So stick around. I'm going to give you my 10 regrets, things I would have done differently, and hopefully you can learn from my mistakes and have a successful detailing business and make tons of cash. Number one, invest in quality tools and products. Don't cheap out. I wasted so much money on buying cheap tools and junk off Amazon. It's not worth it in the long run. For instance, I bought a small compressor. I had no idea how much cubic feet per minute I'd need. It was junk. It lasted me 2 details and it overheated and fried. Next, I bought Tornadors. Always go with the brand name. Spend more up front, less crying at the end. I don't know how many of these knockoffs I bought over the years. I think I got 4 or 5. All junk. Amazon knockoffs. No, buy the real deal. This one here is a real deal. I've had it for 2 years and it's never failed me. Get the one with the metal insert. If you know, you know. Everything from spray bottles to microfiber towels, you gotta buy quality if you want it to last. I bought a $99 pressure washer, a Ryobi. It lasted me a year. I thought, okay, I'm saving a lot of money. This thing's reliable. It always fires up. But the amount of time I've wasted in gallons per minute and lack of sufficient pressure to get the job done, I tell you, as soon as I bought a real pressure washer, it was a night and day difference. It got wheels clean in one shot. You could rinse a car in half the time as a Ryobi. It'll truly cut your wash and rinse times in half. If I could go back in time, I'd tell myself not to buy junk, especially off-brands. I bought a cheap dual-action polisher. Yeah, it did the job. I think it had a 5mm throw, and anybody who's done paint correction knows that takes an eternity to get the job done. Buy brand names. Buy Arupas. Buy Milwaukee. Buy the stuff that's got a 1 or 2 year warranty on it. You know it's going to be quality. Buy quality chemicals. Stay away from the prosumer stuff. There's lots of videos on YouTube, showing chemical dudes. I won't say the name. And other products that they're great for the hobbyists. They're safe for your car because they're inefficient. They don't have sufficient chemicals in it to do a professional job. But buy professional. 3D is a great product for cleaning. For polishing, Sonax, Rupes. Buy the real stuff. Stay away from the Maguires. In the beginning, I was buying the cheap stuff because I really didn't know. Stick with the professional stuff. Number 2, understanding your costs. Underpricing my services almost put me out of business. Know your costs, materials, times, and profit. For example, that $300 detail isn't as profitable as you think if it costs you $250 in materials and time. It is vitally important that you know exactly what everything costs, where every cent is going, and how much you're earning per detail. Being in the detail business is 40% detailing, 60% business management. If you're not an entrepreneur at heart, you'll have a difficult time running your own business. Make sure you know exactly what you're doing, what you're charging. Generally, if your customers are not complaining about your prices, you are not charging enough. You want to be competitive in your market, but also be profitable. Remember, being in a detail business, your first and foremost priority is you are a business. Detailing comes second. The third thing I wish I knew before I started is that marketing is more important than detailing. Detailing skills do not matter if no one knows about you. Social media ads, Google ads, and vehicle marketing are vitally important. My detailing van is a rolling billboard. It catches eyes. People stop me left and right. People honk. People take pictures of it. It's probably 30% of my business just from the van. The fourth thing that I wish I knew in the early days when I just started out is to say no. Taking on jobs that are too cheap, just to get some business and some practice is one thing, but it'll hurt you in the end. I took on every job early on, even ones that weren't worth it. Saying no to a low-paying or unrealistic customer frees up time for better opportunities. You'll always get a customer that says, "It's really not that bad." And when you hear that, run the other way. Those customers that tell you they want a discount because the vehicle isn't really that dirty, it's usually quite the opposite. They will want the maximum detailing for the least amount of price. Those customers, I've learned the hard way how to identify them over the phone or just with body language, or basically when I see the vehicle, I just turn around. I say, no, I'm not doing this. Tip number 5. This is the 5th thing I wish I knew when I first started detailing. Having your own water and electricity is vital. Rolling up to a customer's house and asking them, "Oh, can I plug in? And do you have a hose?" That makes you look like an amateur. You are charging a premium. Your customers are expecting a service. Being a mobile detailer, it's all about the service. You're charging a premium for service. Give them that service. Show up. Have your water ready, your electricity ready. If a customer offers you water and electricity, great, use it if you want, but they are paying a premium and you need to provide a premium. The 6th thing that I wish I knew earlier is to set clear expectations with the customers. Be realistic with what your abilities are. Be upfront with the customer. Look at the car carefully. When I'm actually doing the work, I try to do the best I can, get as close to perfect as possible. That way, when you present the vehicle back to the owner, the vehicle looks better than what you said it would. 7th thing that I would have done differently is to build a process with every job. An SOP, standard operating procedure. Do every car exactly the same, then you will never miss anything. If you start with the driver's side carpet under the pedals, do every single car the same way. Work in a clockwise or counterclockwise. You choose what works best for you, but do every single car exactly the same and you won't miss chair rail under the seat. You won't miss the French fries under the passenger seat. Be consistent, do every car the same. Things I would have done differently. Number 8 is the weather. I would generally take on all the jobs I could, whether it was rain or shine. And working in the rain, let me tell you, it is not fun and it's not fair for the customer. There's a few times where I've had to cancel on the customer, and some of them, they get upset. They don't understand that even though they've hired you for an interior, you are outside the car with the doors open. Weather's a challenge when you're doing ceramic coatings and paint polishing. Paint correction cannot be done in direct sunlight. You need a canopy. You need to prepare yourself. You need to be prepared to reschedule your customers around the weather. What I've done now, which I wish I did a long time ago, is on my website I've got a disclaimer that all details are subject to weather and may be rescheduled or canceled due to the inclement weather. And you know what? Most customers, they understand and they have no problem rescheduling. Number 9. I wish I knew this early on. When I started my detailing, was kind of a gatekeeper. I like to keep to myself and not share my techniques or even have a YouTube channel for that matter. I wanted to keep everything to myself and not share my knowledge. Networking is key. Over the years of detailing, I've learned to work with dealerships, and the word of mouth that I get from one dealer to the other or one detailer to another, your competition is actually your friend. Introduce yourself to your competition. Let them be aware of what you can do, and someday they might reach out to you to help out and vice versa. Being a solo mobile detailer, I like to go on vacation. I take great comfort in knowing that I have another detailer that I can give jobs to so that my customers don't suffer when I'm on holidays. Number 10, reinvest in yourself. Focus on long-term growth. What are you going to do in 2, 3, 4 years? In detailing, you have the capacity to make a lot of money. Focus on long-term growth. Reinvest with your profits. Expand your equipment. I've put my profits back into other vehicles. I've started a second business, a Turo rental business. All thanks to a long-term mindset. The most important thing is to pay yourself first. Running a detailing business is rewarding, but it's not without its challenges. These 10 lessons changed the way I work and the way I think about my business. What's one thing you wish you knew or could have done differently? Drop it in the comments. If you've made it this far, please make sure you hit like and subscribe. See you in the next video.